between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Danny Amendola on the return. Oh, a nice spin. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Stafford on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second down is Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Trubisky brings the Bears up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. The point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Amendola. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That is incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there. 3rd down here.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Now he'll throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. After the interception, here's Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw is Stafford. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Amendola, he was the intended target.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not.
Yeah. Here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 36, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up in front of it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky, and the Bears will extend their lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that. And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Stafford. His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And Stafford's going to take it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They come out here in the eye. So he gets absolutely nothing out of that sneak, and now it's 4th down.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it's an old school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Trubisky on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now it's Trubisky. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a pickup of 17 there. And it'll be 3rd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. Now Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Trubisky will throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Lions have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Back to throw, Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, Stafford here. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher for guys trying to get to the football.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They go play action with Trubisky. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 16. Out of the gun, Stafford. Man open left side, it's Williams. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down. From the gun, here's Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Aaron Lynch in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. A first down carry for Davis. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now he's forced out right, and this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Sean Robinson coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. This one caught by Ridley. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game,
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Throwing is Stafford. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Big 20.
Stafford on 1st down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. That is caught inside the 5. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky as time expires in the first half. And the Bears continue to pour it on. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They go play action here on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace.
Gotta go.
Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And this is caught at the 8th. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears add on. And it's up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, tag 50 left.
On second down, Johnson. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Wide open receiver complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
From the 50, it's Stafford. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Now a play fake here on first down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves that you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
This is Cohen, and this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A'Shawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama, a big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise,
he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Throwing here, Trubisky, looking for the, and that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score, and the Bears continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Stafford on 2nd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 3rd down.
Big 20.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Stafford looks to throw again. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A gain of 32 that time. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 50, Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Big 20, big 20. 22.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a third and long situation.
Go here. Hey, 21.
Now Stafford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we
positive.
leave the booth.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Set up. 180.
On second down, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget
that his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Hey, tag 32. Tag 32. Light.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Set. 180. Omaha tonight.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. It's Davis on the counter. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit to tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears add on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23.
11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Amendola. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, I need one.
They pitch it out to Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
Hey, give me radar. Check. Set. Red 80.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got 19. He's mine. He's not going anywhere.
Jumbo, set.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
21. Set. Blue 60.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Stay 50, stay 50.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Prater for the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge gain of 40 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And now off to the races down the right side. 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Stafford on 1st down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On first down at Stafford. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point good by Prater, so they will accept the penalty and move forward as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
4 down. Check.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Detroit getting set to go now. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Hey, 22. Hey, go here.
Motion.
Jumble, set.
One last throw here for Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.